Last week, the S&P 500 was down 0.88%, the Nasdaq climbed 0.16%, and the Dow Jones fell 2.50%. While there was no major U.S. data released last week, much of the market focus was on the earnings season and geopolitical events, which pushed gold prices to fresh record peaks and sent some stocks to all-time highs. While tensions rose between China and Taiwan, reports suggested that North Korean troops had arrived in Russia to fight in Ukraine, a significant escalation of the conflict. The U.S. asked G7 countries to participate in sanctions on Russian palladium. Palladium prices jumped to a 10-month high, while platinum prices also rose. The main data highlight of the week will be Friday's NFP and unemployment rate figures. But this week, the earnings season will ramp up with giants such as Microsoft and Facebook, October 30th, Apple and Amazon, October 31st, posting their earnings results. The Israeli attack upon Iran, which took place over the weekend, will also be absorbed by traders who will monitor any potential response and its possible impact on the markets. American Airlines stock price increased by 1.4% and managed to record a 5-month high before close of business on Friday. The airliner has faced challenges in recent months amid rising competition in the sector and difficulties recovering from the COVID lockdown period. However, the company reported mixed to positive earnings results, with revenue hitting a record $13.6 billion, alongside higher numbers of business travel passengers. And there are increasing signs that debt reduction strategies are paying off. Reddit's stock price climbed by just over 1% last week, hitting an all-time high of over $81 on Friday. The latest jump higher comes on the heels of a number of investment banks increasing their price targets on the stock ahead of its earnings on October 29th. It's been a solid year for the social media stock that has seen a partnership announced with OpenAI and has seen strong growth in French, Indian, and UK markets. The key to success for Reddit is to enhance monetization, and some success in this was shown from advertising revenue, which increased by 39% in the first quarter. The restriction of TikTok in some countries may also benefit the company, bringing more advertisers onto alternative platforms such as Reddit. Crude oil prices jumped 4.1%, by Friday's close pairing more than half of the losses seen in the previous week. While concerns remain over Chinese demand, stimulus measures taken by the country may have helped to underpin the commodity last week. At the same time, reports towards the end of the week suggesting that an Israeli attack upon Iran was imminent raised the prospect of the disruption of oil supplies in the Middle East. Gold price rose by 0.9%, but again hit record highs last week, recorded on Wednesday at $2,758. Geopolitical factors in the Far East, between Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East, remained issues of concern. But traders have become focused on the U.S. presidential elections on November 5th. Kamala Harris has a narrow lead over Donald Trump that may not be enough to achieve a victory under the Electoral College voting system, and a very close result may result in a disputed election that could cause division or unrest in the United States. The popularity of safe haven gold may potentially increase in such circumstances. Palladium prices jumped 10.6%, soaring to a 10-month high by Friday's close. The metal has been underpinned by Chinese stimulus measures, announced interest rate cuts, but the most likely catalyst over the previous week was the potential sanctions against Russia, the largest palladium producer in the world. On October 23rd, the U.S. asked G7 nations to consider sanctions on Russian palladium. The AUD-USD pair declined 1.49% by close of business on Friday, recording a fresh, more than 2-month low. The Aussie received some support over the week due to rising oil prices, but this wasn't enough to offset weakness in the currency, due to expectations that the Reserve Bank of Australia is expected to order multiple interest rate cuts in the coming months. The strength of the greenback against most of its peers underpinned the pair's weakness.